Hello all, welcome back to Edgemon Tutorials. In this video, we shall discuss about the basic machine finite automata, or else which is also called as finite state machine. So this machine takes the input as a string, processes that and gives the output. That is, if it is a language, it denotes whether it is accepted or not, so that we can understand that the particular string is belonging to that particular language or not. So the structure of the machine is as follows. It contains an input tape which holds the input string, and then a read-write head which is used to read the string on the tape, and finally the finite control contains the actual states that process the string. So actually the transition functions for each state, transition function is nothing but the change of state on reading an input symbol. So the finite control just moves towards the other end while reading the string. Like after reading the first symbol 0, the control moves to the second one, that is 1 in the given example, and so on. So at the end of the string, after reading the last symbol in the string, if the machine is in the final state, that indicates that the string is accepted by that machine. That is, if the machine is designed for a particular language, it denotes that the string is belonging to that particular language. Now we go with the basic tuples of a machine. What does it contain, and the different types of finite automata using that transition function in that. So a machine M has 5 tuples here, like Q, sigma, delta, Q naught and F, where Q is equal to the set of states in the machine and sigma is equal to input symbols, and next the delta is the transition function, and Q naught is the initial state, which is the starting state which is reading the first symbol of the input, and finally F is equal to set of final states. So those are the states that are accepting the string. For example, now if we take a final state machine to accept a string 101 where sigma equal to 0, 1, just the string 101, the machine looks like this one, where Q0 is initial state and Q1, Q2, Q3 are the remaining states. Q3 is the final state. We denote that final state using a double circle there. So we have given the transition function of each state, like Q0 on 1 goes to Q1, so it changes the state from Q0 to Q1, and in Q1 after reading the symbol 0, it goes to Q2, and from Q2 after it takes the symbol 1, it goes to Q3 and it gets accepted. So this is a simple machine which is accepting the string 101. So no other combination is allowed in this machine, because if you start with a 0, we haven't given any transition here for Q0 on 0. So if you simply ignore that, it's like a dead state. Even if you write another state, that will be a dead state, that is it has no outgoing transition, such that if any state is transferred to that state, we are not going to come back out of that. That is called as a dead state. So here this is simply 101 is the only string that is accepted by this machine. So if you describe this one as the tuples, so this machine has the capital Q, that is set of states, as Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3 here. These are the states. Now coming to sigma, that is already given as 0, 1, those are the input symbols. Then we go with the initial state Q0. Here it is also same as Q0, and F is equal to Q3. F is equal to Q3 is the final state. So it is a set, so we write there is only one element in the set F, that is Q3. Q0 is not a set, it is simply only single state. Always there will be only one starting state and possibly any number of final states, but in this example we have only one final state, that is Q3. And coming to the main delta function, that is a transition function. What we write here, we write it in the form of a table. So here we describe the delta function, where the table shows the states Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3, and we denoted that Q0 as initial state by using that arrow here. So this is the initial state and this is the final state. We denote with a circle here, so this one. And now Q0 on 0. So in the machine, in the following machine here, Q0 on 0 is not given here, so simply we put a dash or else a 5 over there. So Q0 on 1 goes to Q1, So we write it in this way. Q0 on 0 goes to Q2. Again, we haven't described anything for Q0, Q1 on 1. So this is empty. Q2 on 0 is also not specified here. Now Q2 on 1 goes to Q3. So that is what we have final state. And Q3 doesn't have any transitions over 0 or 1. So that is how we write the table. That is the transition function in this final state machine. So this is a very simple machine which is given here. Here the transition function is not clearly defined. So basing on the transition function, finite state automata or else finite state machine can be categorized into different parts. Now we see that. So basing on the transition function, the finite automata can be defined into 3 different types. The first one is deterministic finite automata. Simply call it as a DFA. We simply call this one as a DFA, deterministic finite automata, where you can clearly determine what is the possible next state on reading a symbol in a present state. So there will be only one possibility of next state. So the function can be given as delta equal to Q cross sigma goes to Q. That is, in a state Q, in any state from Q, you read a symbol and go to the next state, possibly the next state, maybe the same state or any other state. So that is clearly determined because there is only one possibility. Now coming with the second type, this is non-deterministic finite automata. So in any state, if you read a symbol, there can be any number of possibilities that the machine can go. That is, on reading a symbol in any state, there may be any number of combinations. So it is given as, delta function is given as Q cross sigma is equal to 2 power Q. Why 2 power Q is, that is the possible number of combinations if you write a power set to the number of possible states. That is, if you take an example as Q equal to Q0, Q1, Q2. So the number of possible combinations of the power set of Q is given as, so there are totally 3 states here. So total power set contains 8 possible combinations. Those are 5 Q0, Q1, Q2. Q0, Q1 is one possible combination. Q0, Q2, Q1, Q2 and Q0, Q1, Q2. So there will be total 8 combinations for 3 states, and if there are 4 states, it will be total 16. So that is why we have given here 2 power Q. So that is nothing but non-deterministic finite automata, which can also be called as NDFA or NFA. Here you can write as NDFA. So only the transition function will be changing for these 2. And there is another variation in this NFA with epsilon moves, so which indicates the state can change this go to the other state without reading any symbol. That is only taking an epsilon move. So the transition function is given as delta is Q cross sigma union epsilon. That is, it can read a symbol like from sigma, or else without reading any symbol, that is epsilon, it can be transferred to the next state. So this is nothing but NFA with epsilon moves. So the last one is finite automata with outputs. Here the machines will be generating some output. So these are not intended to accept any string, but rather than generating an output. So finite automata with output doesn't have any final states. So F will be missing in the tuples here. So in this, instead of F, there will be 2 more tuples. So the machine contains the tuples Q, sigma, delta, Q0, small delta and lambda. So here the final state will be missing because these are only generating the outputs. And now where small delta is equal to set of output symbols. So same as sigma is a input symbols, now delta is set of output symbols, and lambda is an output function. It's like almost transition function. The capital delta is given as transition function. Now lambda is given as an output function. So basing on this, there are again 2 variations in this finite automata with outputs. The first one is Moore machine and the second one is Mealy machine. So the difference between these 2 machines is, in Moore machine the output is dependent on the next state, where in Moore machine the output function is given as, so it takes a symbol and the output depends on the next state. So it is given as lambda equal to Q belongs to delta, so it depends on the next state, it is being into transition. Coming to Mealy machine, the output depends on the next state as well as the given input. So the lambda function is Q cross sigma goes to delta. So it indicates that the next state depends on the output depends on the input and also the input next state and the input symbol. Here the output depends on only the state. So in the next class we go with the designing of a final state machine. So based on the given language, we'll see how to design a final state machine. Thank you all.